On January 13, 1996, Amber Hagerman and her little brother Ricky left their grandparents' Arlington, Texas home to go and ride their bikes. Their mother Donna told them to not go more than 1 block away. However, Amber ignored the instructions and took her brother to the parking lot of an abandoned grocery store located 2 blocks away. The pair rode around the parking lot until around 3:10 p.m. when Ricky had enough and was worried about getting in trouble for disobeying his mother. He rode back to his grandparents' house, leaving his sister alone in the parking lot. When he arrived home, he told his mother and grandparents where they went and that Amber was still there, so they told him to go back and get her. A few minutes later, Ricky returned home again and said that Amber wasn't at the parking lot. Amber's grandfather got in his truck and rushed to the parking lot, but when he arrived, police were already on the scene. He saw his granddaughter's pink bicycle and said that it belonged to Amber. At 3:18 p.m, a man in his backyard saw the girl riding up and down the parking lot by herself when a man got out of a pickup truck and grabbed her. She began kicking and screaming as the man dragged her into his vehicle. The witness called police as the pickup truck exited the parking lot and headed west. The suspect was described as being white or Hispanic, between the ages of 25 to 40. He was about 6 feet tall with a medium build and had dark hair. The vehicle was described as a full-size fleet-side single-cab black pickup with a short wheelbase. Local law enforcement and media, as well as the FBI and residents of Arlington, immediately began searching for the missing 9-year-old. Flyers were printed within hours of her abduction and distributed around the city. 4 days after her disappearance, at around midnight on January 17, a man walking his dog discovered Amber Hagerman's nude body lying face down at the bottom of a creek behind an apartment complex less than 5 miles from where she was abducted. She had several laceration wounds to her neck and had multiple bruises on her body. The only clothing she had on was a sock on her right foot. The coroner determined that Amber had been alive for 2 days before being murdered. She had been beaten and sexually assaulted numerous times before her throat was cut. Due to her body being in the water for some time and recent thunderstorms, most of the forensic evidence had washed away. The Amber Hagerman Task Force was created to find the person responsible for the murder. Despite spending $1 million, the Arlington Police and FBI developed very few solid leads due to the lack of evidence and that the killer was most likely not known to Amber. The task force was disbanded 3 years later. Around 8,000 tips were investigated, and persons of interest include people with ties to the community with records of similar crimes. Investigators were sure that customers at a laundromat in the same parking lot had seen something, but most of them were in the country illegally, so left before police arrived as they feared being deported. No other witnesses have ever come forward. Investigators are hopeful that advancements in technology may help solve the case, but until now, the murder of Arlington's little angel remains unsolved. Although tragic, the disappearance and murder of Amber Hagerman inspired the creation of the Amber Alert system, which has helped over 1,000 children return home. A mother living in Fort Worth called into her local radio station to question why severe weather warnings were being broadcasted, but warnings about children that had been abducted were not. By 2005, all 50 states had operational programs. In 2015, Facebook partnered with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children to allow Amber Alerts to appear on users' news feeds and for notifications to be sent out to those in the surrounding area. The system has been adopted in many other countries over the years.